Hey, welcome everybody. This is Stephen Howard, and welcome to the Strong Women and the Power of Humany podcast. And we have a special guest today. Adriana is going to introduce her in just a moment. But to set the stage for today's podcast, we're going to talk about AI. AI is in the headlines everywhere, it seems. It's all about productivity and efficiency, but it's also about fear, people fearing AI. And is it going to cost jobs? And how do we use AI so that it doesn't cost jobs? How do we upskill? So let's learn about artificial intelligence, particularly from a woman senior leader standpoint. So with that in mind, Adriana, could you say hello to our audience and then introduce our special guest for us?
Of course. Hey, hello, Stephen. Hello, everybody. And so happy to be in another episode of Strong Woman and the Power of Humany. And definitely, we have a special guest, a friend, and a special guest today, Ana Isabel. So let me take just a few minutes to read her bio and introduce her. Ana Isabel Andrade served as a chief of staff at Grupo Sheva, where she leads strategic, operational, and decision-making processes across multiple business areas. She has a background in strategy, cybersecurity, and digital transformation, including experience collaborating in projects with firms such as McKinsey and Company, as well as initiatives in education and skill development. During her career, she has focused on simplifying complexity, supporting high-level decision-making, and creating structured in fast-paced environments. Today, she integrates tools like artificial intelligence to bring clarity into her professional and personal life while exploring a more conscious and balanced way of living. So, hello, Ana. Very happy to have you here with us today.
Thank you, Adri. Thank you, Stephen. For me, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here today.
You bring simplicity to complexity. I need to talk to you. My life is so complex. How can you make my life more simple?
Let's use AI.
I do use
Let's try. Yeah. No, I
I
think
remember.
everything is about a structure and how you build things. You know, I think that's the part, and somehow we are lost in how we start building concepts, companies, and everywhere. It's difficult to bring everyone on board on what you have in mind. So I think that's the first step, the structure you build.
No, and you know what, Annie, definitely, because I mean, as Stephen just mentioned, fear, many people still, have fear about AI. And I can tell you about my personal, some personal story, because I think the first time when I started using AI, it's like a few months ago when, I was like having some hormonal problem in my perimenopause stage of life. And then I decide to ask AI about a few questions about my hormones and all this stage of my life. And it was funny because, give me a lot of nice and scientific information. So since
Mhm.
then, I feel more comfortable like using AI for not professional, I mean for personal life. And we'll be talking during this podcast about that. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys about that a small detail about AI in my life.
Yeah, of course, of course. I think that it's an amazing support, but well, we'll get into it.
And yeah, just to jump to the first question, Annie, is AI only for professional use? Can it help women in their personal life? Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Well, I would like to start talking about the fears we have, and it's something that happens. It's like we're living on a third industrial revolution, and it's obviously it's gonna cause fear, but we need to adapt to this new way of working, of doing things. The other day I was reading a meme that says, I want AI to do my laundry, not to do my work, no? And I think that's kind of where we're moving. I think that operational things are amazing, and on technical use or professional use, AI it's great, but it also can help to give us another perspective and to be like a bouncer wall for us in terms of our personal life. I see many people like posting on social media on the trends no, to develop the image on your hobbies, or develop a picture of yourself and your partner as Mario Bros. There are many things that are going on. So it's where we can explore a lot of creativity and a lot of different things. And now things are easier for us. And I think that it's not only as a professional, but also in your daily life. For example, one way I use it a lot, I have a chat with ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT more often. And I have a chat with it as a therapist.
Okay.
And sometimes when I feel like overwhelmed and with all my emotions running in a leadership job, you're not able to vent out with everyone. You need to keep yourself and to teach through the example. So I think that's amazing, because sometimes I'm overwhelmed. I don't know how to answer an email. I don't know how to give feedback to an employee, or to vent my frustration. And there's where I go. In a minute, I can let everything out and understand what I'm feeling. And I think that's amazing, because if we use it as a proper tool for every part of our life with a criteria, that's also super important, because AI can make mistakes. And it's a disclaimer that all the platforms have. But I think that if we use it in a way that it could help us in our daily life, not only the professional life, it's amazing. And it can bring you like another way of thinking. And it's not because it does the work of thinking, but it gives you, like I said, about bouncing walls. And then you can create these structures and bring ideas down that could be easier to communicate to your team, or to your family, or to your spouse, or to everyone in your life. So I think it can give you like a tool, like to filter better things, as you said, as you write, as you do.
What do you
That's the-
think, Stephen?
I think that's very interesting. Never thought of it as a therapist type tool, or a emotional well-being. In fact, one of the things I do a lot of leadership coaching, and one of the things that concerns me, because I think almost half the people I coach are female, and I'm always worried about their burnout. I'm worried about the men as well, but really with the women seem to have what I call an invisible mental load. I mean, we don't see it. Guys kind of show it a bit more, I think, just, stereotypically, but women are bouncing work, they're bouncing decisions, they're bouncing emotional responsibilities. So can you delve a little bit deeper into how AI can be a support system like you just described that helps lighten that load, but most importantly, without disconnecting us from the human side? Are we going to become too reliant on AI? I mean, shouldn't we be talking to our friends and spouses about these issues rather than AI, or our colleagues? What do you think?
Yeah, no, I totally agree that it could disconnect us. But I think that what I'm talking about is to have a pre-filter of the things you do. For example, for me, it's like putting a little wheels on your load. You have to carry, and you have problems, but it helps you to communicate in an assertive way, and work through your emotions before you communicate it. And that's something we don't have. Yeah, you can talk with your friend, with your partner, but when you feel frustrated, you want to scream, you want to, and then like the AI can help us to have control of that. And what I'm talking about is, for example, I'm in charge of my house. No, I'm a stepmom. I have like these different stressors that build on my load.
Right.
So it's not only the work, it's also what we are going to cook on the week. If my husband forgot the keys of the house, it's so many things that, for example, I did the other day a plan for the cooking in my house for a month. What I need for the supermarket in terms of the amount of people we are. And it gives me a document ready for me to just open my app on the cell phone for the supermarket and order it. And for me, that's like, I can breathe again, because I
A
don't feel
relief.
so overwhelmed. So that's why what I mean on putting some wheels on your load, because it's not like a magic experiment, or it's not like the solver, or it's not that we should rely on everyday decision. I think that that's the part of the criteria I was telling you. Because if we rely and we all everything we do, we depend on the AI, but it's not going to work for us. We need to make our own decisions. But I think, for example, I'm feeling this way, I'm taking these medicines. These are normal effects of this medicine, for example? And it tell me, yeah, it could be. I recommend you to make these tests and talk with your doctor. So for me, it's okay. It helped me to keep going with my burden.
And you know what? That's true, because I mean, for our audience, I think it's something cultural, because in Latin America, women have much more responsibilities at home than men. Maybe in other countries is different, definitely. But the other day I was talking with somebody, and this person saw my agenda, and I was telling him that, yeah, I have my agenda from home, from my personal things, and then I agenda for work. And he was asking me, but why do you have two agendas? One, because I have, yeah, I write everything that I need to pay at home, laundry, dry cleaning, things about my son, about the supermarket, about the maid, about so many things. So this is why Stephen was asked, like, sometimes that's true. Women, we have like so much pressure, so many responsibilities. I don't want to feel like, dramatic or
like a victim
but
or something.
it's true. I mean, in our
Yeah.
Latin American culture, it's like that, at home. And then this is why we're so stressed. And definitely, I think AI can help us in many ways to simplify our day to day.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like when you have a piece of paper and you put your to-do list. You can do it with AI. Tell AI, like, please help me prioritize and organize by field of responsibility, for example. Like it's something I need to do for my house, it's something I need to do for my job, it's something I need to do for my personal projects. That can help you. And also, if you don't know how to use some tools like I don't know, Notion or these Asana, it can help you to understand, to make you more efficient on certain things, that can help you understand how to use it, how to do it, to make your life simpler.
Yeah, and you know what? I love the analogy that you did about AI, about putting wheels on your suitcase. No, it doesn't remove the weight, but it makes the journey more manageable. Definitely, it is like that. Thinking about one thing, do you talk about emotions? How can women start using AI with their mental health? Because we talk about emotions, how we can maybe, AI can help us to control emotions, but in general, more in the mental health, what do you think how AI can help us?
Well, I think that it's like astrology or Enneagram or these tools that like help you to know yourself better. What I was telling you at the beginning, no, when you're able to bend with someone, that it won't judge you on terms or you don't feel bad about saying what you're thinking, what you're feeling. And because it's not like a permanent feeling, it's the moment that you feel that. I think that's how you can use it as a mental health tool. Like you can bend, you can organize your emotions, recognize what you're feeling, because sometimes we feel, as I said, overwhelmed. But it's not overwhelmed. We're angry, we are frustrated, we are sad because someone tell us something we were not prepared to hear. That's the magic. It's like a tool to know yourself better, and to have a mirror to understand yourself. That's how I see it. As I told you, I have my chat as a therapist, and the other day I had a conflict with my stepdaughter. I didn't know how to handle it because I didn't want to be rude. I felt frustrated. And when I started talking, because that's also something I can't speak with my partner, because it's something very delicate, and I don't want to hurt him, hurt her. It's something, and I had to wait 2 weeks for my next session with my psychologist. So how do I solve this? And I started typing, and ChatGPT gave me like a letter to implement some rules, house rules for everyone's feelings. And it was like 4 points, like everyone's emotion in this house matter. We need to repair what we do. It's not about saying, I'm sorry, but justifying why you did it, but to understand that the other person was hurt and try to repair that, to have a detail, to have a gesture that can repair this. So I thought that was amazing, because it also like made a design with little hearts, and it was super nice the way it put it, that we have it in our refrigerator. And I also think it's a way to build things that can help you in your daily life. And for me, it's something that it's like super hard to understand, because I'm learning how to do this, and she's learning how to have me in her life. And I think that's the part where you can have the support to understand how to act on certain situations that need, in that precise moment, a decision. And I think that's how you can start using it, like to ask little things. And as I said, it's also, you need to have a criteria, because it's not like, okay, do this and you're going to do that. You need to be certain about this and how you feel with that decision. But it's this mirror that can help you to understand how you're feeling, and if you do the next step, how are you gonna feel, or what would be the consequences of that decision? So I think that's kind of the way we can use it in our favor, to understand and to be able to process our emotions, because sometimes, and I think it's part of the hormones, or maybe the stars. No, for me, I'm a Cancer, and I'm super sensitive,
Sensible.
and intuitive, and everything, and sometimes for me it's super difficult to translate and to be practical, to take these decisions without my emotions like clouding my thinking. So I think that's part of what we can do on mental health.
Steven, what do you think about two women talking about AI and emotions?
I am about to open Chat GPT and say, how do I deal with two Latina women who are both cancers?
Yeah.
You can do it, maybe. You can do
I'm
the
not sure how to
exercise.
proceed until AI tells me, because I know you're also a Cancer, Adriana.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
That's
I'll let you
why
know
we
that.
are friends. We understand each other.
But the other thing, as Annie was talking, I kept visualizing. I could see Annie going to her computer and going to ChatGPT, and I could just imagine her stepdaughter going to her iPad and going, "How do I deal with my stepmother on this issue?"
Maybe that happened
I
too.
hope so.
And hopefully,
Yeah.
ChatGPT gives them both the same answers.
And sometimes the other day I was telling her, like, you should start using ChatGPT or AI and try to make a project for yourself. Like, if you do that, I will give you like a monthly pay for your advances. And you're like, okay. And she hasn't done anything, but I think it's a good practice for them to understand and to grow with it.
Oh,
Because as it's like people that do mechanics now.
Annie, as you probably know, having seen the show, the earlier shows, we have a couple of special segments that we do in the middle of the show, and then we'll be back with you for a couple more questions. I love your insights, so I can't wait to hear some more insights about how you think AI should be used, but more specifically, how women can use AI for their personal and professional lives. So, okay, well, welcome. This is one of our regular segments on the Strong Women and Power of Humany podcast. And what we like to do is celebrate the women achievements and milestones that are coming up in the next few days and few weeks. So tomorrow is the birthday of jazz legend Ella Fitzgerald and also actress Renee Zellweger. April 27th, Coretta Scott King, the widow of Martin Luther King Jr. She was born in 1927. And Kirsten Newshafer of South Africa was the first woman to win the Around the World Golden Globe sailing race in 2023. So congratulations to her, quite an achievement. May 1st, Gwendolyn Brooks became the first African American to receive the Pulitzer Prize for Literature. And May 2nd, fashion designer Donatella Versace was born in 1955. So for those of you who are into fashion, you can celebrate her birthday on the 2nd of May. And on the 3rd of May, Margaret Mitchell, who wrote the book Gone with the Wind, which obviously became a very famous movie, she received the Pulitzer Prize for that novel in 1937. And on May the 4th, Margaret Thatcher became the first female prime minister of the United Kingdom in 1979, quite a milestone. And this one might interest both of you. On May the 4th, 2.5 million people attended a free concert by Lady Gaga in Rio de Janeiro. And again, I don't have the date there, but I believe it was 2023. That set a new record for the highest attended concert by a female artist. You may be able to guess who had the previous record. Believe it or not, it was set 2 years earlier by Madonna in the exact same venue, but Madonna only attracted 1.1 million people. So Lady Gaga doubled that in her free concert. On May the 5th, Chanel No. 5 perfume launched in 1921, about just over 100 years ago. And on May the 9th, the Federal Drug Administration in the United States approved the world's first commercially produced birth control pill. And that was in the 1970s. And boy, has that definitely changed the lives of women around the world since then. And on May the 10th, this should interest both of you, L.A. Ochoa became the first Hispanic woman in space. And that was her birthday, May 10th, 1958. And she's the first Hispanic woman in space. So celebrate her birthday on May the 10th, which I know also women in Mexico and other parts of Latin America will also be celebrating Mother's Day that day. So those are some women's milestones and achievements we should look out for. And Adriana, you want to talk about some of the general celebration days we have coming up in May?
Oh, yeah, of course. We have Mental Health Month on May, Women's Health Month, Get Cough Reading Month, Latino Book Month. So definitely I will celebrate that day for my books. National Recommitment Month, and some specific days. May 3rd, World Laugher Day. Interesting. May 5th, of course, our Cinco de Mayo. May 6th, World Maternal Mental Health Day. Interesting, of course, for the mothers. May 10, Mother's Day in Mexico and some other parts of Latin America. May 15, International Day of Families. May 21st, World Meditation Day. I love it. And also May 21st, World Day for Cultural Diversity. And May 25th, National Wine Day. Definitely I will do my celebration for that day because everybody knows that I love wine. So
It's only in the US, Adriana. You'll have to come to the US on that day.
I will. So then I will.
Okay. All right. Well, Adriana, you also, as usual, you brought 3 quotes to share with our audience. So here's the first quote, if you'd like to share these and maybe tell why they're important to you.
Yeah, this quote it's about my second book, Strong Women Speak About Beliefs and Values, is nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood, from Mary Carey. I mean, all the quotes that I have in my books, they inspire me in so many moments in my life. So I just choose this one, but I really like it.
Annie, you should put that quote up in your office so that people AI is not to be feared. It's only to be understood.
That's right. From Ada Lovelace, that brain of mine is something more than morally mortal, as time will show.
Interesting. Interesting.
And the last one, like what you do, and then you will do your best, from Katherine Johnson. So we know how Katherine Johnson now is just everybody talking about her. So yeah, this is my 3 quotes for today.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And for those in the audience who don't know, Katherine Johnson is the person behind the movie Numbers, I believe it was called. She was the mathematician at NASA who helped figure out how to bring Apollo 13 back from its orbit safely to Earth. So she was the mathematician who figured out how to do that. That's her background. So wonderful. All right. Well, thank you very much. Great quotations, and let us return to Annie and talk a bit more about AI. And let's not fear AI anymore, but let's talk about how AI can help women, particularly professionally and personally. So, Annie, what do you think about those quotes? Did you like those quotes?
Yeah, I love them. I think it's really, really cool because as Katherine Johnson, I resonated with that one. No, when you like what you do it your best.
Yeah, absolutely. Great.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Adriana and I, both as authors, we love quotations, and we know that words have the power to inspire and motivate. So we like to share the
Sure.
quotations here on the Strong Women and Power of Humany podcast. So let's get back to you, Annie. We've talked about, kind of glazed over a little bit and went into a little bit of depth on it, but there is this fear that relying on technology might take us away from our intuition and our emotional intelligence. And that's an important topic for me because emotional intelligence is a key element of humany and the humany mindset that I wrote about in my book. So, how do you see the relationship between AI and, say, intuition? And can they actually coexist? And can they strengthen each other? Not just one way, but can it be a two-way strengthening? What do you think?
Yeah, I totally think so. I think they can complement each other, as I was telling you, astrology, for example. I believe a lot in astrology, but not in the kind of way that they tell you. You need to dress in yellow because your star said that. No, it's a tool to know you better, to understand. For example, for me, my three most important things, my ascendant, my moon, and my sun, are water signs. So that helped me understand that my emotions are here. If you touch me, I can feel it. So I understand that I'm really sensitive, and even though I'm Cancer, this is bigger than that. For me, is this thing that the importance is to know yourself, to understand who you are, how you act, how you react to things. And I think that's a way AI can help us understand if we use it as a tool for ourselves. It can be our coach, it can be our therapist, it can be our friend, but also we don't do what our friends tell us. We don't do what someone in YouTube said or do, or even though this podcast, we don't follow what you say as sheep. It's part of our criterion and how we understand the world, and we said, okay, this is interesting. I want to hear more about this. I want to learn about humani, and I want to apply it. And that's how the AI can be used. How do I apply humani to my personal life?
Go ask AI that. I'd like to see the answer.
Yeah, of course, because what AI is, all the knowledge we have in internet. So it's not something that it's new. It's something that we have created the structure to have a quicker access to this information. How we can use it as a complement of the intuition. Intuition can give you the final decision. How does this feel?
Nice. Quick follow-up. Did you tell your AI therapist that those are your three water signs and so that knows you better? Or did you share that with the AI?
Yes, of
Okay.
course. And also, I want to tell you that for Valentine's, I gave my husband our synastry to understand what were our points in the relationship, and to understand why he was acting sometimes with these things and why I'm the way I am. And I think that's amazing because it makes your astral chart, and you can understand, for example, that type of thing. Or if you want to know your numerology, for example, you can do it, and it can give you an introduction. If you are interested, you should go deeper and understand, and maybe read a book about numerology, or but it can give you an intro to these topics that are to know yourself.
Definitely, it's a tool. Like you mentioned. I mean, it's a tool. It's not like you have to follow, all the tips maybe that AI will give you, but you have your own criteria, your own decision making, but yeah, definitely. And talking about strong women, that Annie is my personal brand now, is a strong woman. All my books, they have this title about strong women. And when we talk about being a strong woman today, the narrative shifting from doing everything alone to building better system of support. So how can embracing tools like AI be part of more compassionate, sustainable definition of strength? Tell me, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I totally think that it's like a tree, no? The deeper the roots go, the stronger it gets. And also it's like resiliency. As they said, no, I think that it's like a famous quote that I don't know who said this, but like to raise a kid, it takes a village. And I think that's something that we can include AI as a part of that village. It doesn't mean you don't need your human support, your friends, your psychologists, your coworkers, but it can simplify things. I think totally that, for example, you can do a financial model in 30 minutes with the help of AI instead of 4 hours. And it's not that the AI is gonna give you complete this financial model, but it can help you to get there. And I think that's part of these support systems that can make easier things. It's like having like a personal assistant, an accountant. It can be flexible in that terms. And I think that's important because we are strong women, but we need support, and everyone in this world needs support. And as I said, it takes a village to grow, and it's part of deepening our roots and understanding the world better, new topics in our life, in our career, how to do something we don't know. No, it can teach us a lot of things. It can introduce us to many things that we don't know, and maybe we don't understand how conflicts in the world are now. No, why are they fighting? What are the interests, the political interest backgrounds? I think there are many things that can support us, and it's like having a filter to get the information you really want, and not to have to skim. No, I think that's something that the AI can help to be also more compassionate with ourselves,
Yeah.
because now we have somewhere to put what everything that is on our head, and how to structure it better, to understand our adolescent kid, to know how to track better a period, for example, now that no, we have these hormonal changes. Everything can help us to understand better the world. That is how AI can make us more compassionate, more sustainable in this strength that we have to do this big burden, because we are moms, we have a house, and as you said, as Latinas, no, we need to address many things, and I think this is a part where AI can help us.
AI make me feel happy because like I use a lot of AI for my personal projects with regarding to strong women. So always, when I try to find a strategy or some tips to some specific project about strong women, always AI remind me at the end, like, Adriana, this is what you should do. This is the tip. This is the three options. But remember, you are a strong woman, so you can do it. So, it's always remind me that, I mean, I know, but it's always, listen that,
Yeah, exactly,
that you're a
and it
strong
empowers
woman.
you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Empowers me, definitely. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because it's like a support system that tell you you're not crazy, you're doing it well, and you can improve it this way.
Yeah.
And I think that's the cool part, because you don't feel dumb for asking. That's something that happens a lot on workplaces, as you said, Stephen. I think that we as leader, we are failing to understand that maybe we don't have a common sense that it's common. No, we have our own tools, our own structures that were built since we were kids, and it's different for everyone. Someone could have more, someone could have less, but we have to be empathetic to understand and to be able to work together in a workplace, in the world, in everything.
That's the heart of humany. You've nailed
Yeah.
it there. Annie, these are some great insights. I want to invite you back later this year to maybe talk some more, and I'm going to ask the audience to send us their questions for you as well. So
Of course, we'd be
I think that
happy
would
to do that.
be great if we had some audience questions, very specific questions, and we'll get you to talk about AI and the power of women again in the future. So thank you very much. It's time for us to kind of wrap up. We always wrap up with some quotations. So, Annie, I'm going to ask you to read your quotation first, Adriana, and then myself. Then we'll come back to you for any closing comments that you have. All right.
Vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's our greatest measure of courage. Brené Brown.
Why is that quote so important to you, Annie?
Because I think that somehow we think we know it all, and recognizing that we don't know everything and we can help each other, it's part of what we're missing now. So I think vulnerability is amazing when you're able to open yourself up to the world and to everyone and understand and learn new things. That's why I love Brené Brown and this quote. I think it gets to my heart really strong.
Very nice. Okay, Adriana, your quotation for today?
Yeah, success isn't about how much money you make, it's about the difference you make in people's life. Michelle Obama. First of all, I think Michelle Obama definitely is a strong woman. And yeah, in today's world that everybody is just like focus, and make money. I don't think it's just about make money. Definitely, it's about your purpose in life. When you leave this world, like, what about the difference that you will make in people's lives? So for me, that's much more important than just to make money. And definitely, this is why I chose this quote.
Well, I want to thank you both because both of those sentiments are very much in line with the human mindset and about being a difference maker and about being vulnerable. Vulnerability is an important aspect, particularly in the previous book I wrote about human leadership and the importance of being vulnerable as a leader. So I love it. Thank you very much. And my quotation is from myself, and it says, "Don't be a prisoner of your past. Be the architect of your future. The past is past. Let's look forward. Be the architect of your future." And so I hope you take those as words of wisdom going forward. Annie, you want to have any last minute comments, something to wrap up with? Put yourself back on camera and share with us if you would.
Yeah, of course. First of all, thank you very much for this space. I think it's amazing to talk about what I like, what I'm passionate about. And well, I hope our viewers think about exploring AI and understanding it better and using it as a tool to change an aspect, at least, of their lives. Thank you very much.
Well, excellent. It's a pleasure having you. Adriana, last thoughts from you?
No, definitely. I will continue using AI without fear at all. I will try to use AI as my therapist. Good advice from Annie. So thank you very much for all the viewers that will be able to see this podcast. We'll continue next month with talking about many important things in life for women and men. And thank you very much, Stephen, so for share this space with us.
Well, my pleasure. I'm glad to be part of it. And I'm gonna use AI like Annie. I'm gonna load my recipes into it and have it do my shopping list, but I want it to actually do my shopping for me. I want it to go to the grocery store and do the payment and bring it back for me. But when AI gets to that standpoint, I'll be really, really happy.
That would be amazing.
Thank you, Annie. Great insights, great conversation. I really enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun. I hope the audience did as well. Passion is important to all three of us. And so we hope you pursue AI with some passion. And please reach out to Adriana. Her YouTube channel is all about Strong Women 2026. Please subscribe. When she uploads new videos, new content, you'll get notified, or follow her on Instagram, El Mundo de Adriana Fuentes Diaz on Instagram, Or if you'd like to follow me, my YouTube is at Humany Mindset, and I'm a bit boring. My Instagram is also at Humany Mindset, but at least I'm consistent, I guess. So thank you very much. It's been a great show. We hope you join us again next month in May. And at this point, we have no idea what the topic is going to be or who the guest might be, but we'll let you know in advance. So thank you very much. This is Stephen Howard signing off on behalf of Adriana and our special guest, Annie, Strong Women and the Power of Humany. Thank you very much.